recording.
Yep.
And like I said, today we are going to learn how to use Think Central. And what's good is many of you have already used Think Central, so this will be a refresher for you. So when you are accessing Think Central, you still want to look at your Google Classroom assignment. So I'm going to share my screen. And you will go to, see, your Google Classroom, and I kind of already had it open for us. There's my Zoom. And you want to look for today's assignment, which is going to be practicing. Let's see, August 31st, where are you? See what happens when Mrs. Oven and Mrs. Harrison work. We get all these activities on ours. Yours will be much easier. Here it, oh no, that is, there it is. Think Central Practice Monday 11:30. So we've added the time to your assignments, hopefully because you get more and more, that'll help you find it. So you'll click on the Think Central Practice for today, and your assignment says join and participate in the live lesson at 11:30. After the lesson, you'll log into Think Central and complete an assignment. You will need paper and pencil for this assignment, and be sure to turn it in when it is completed. So I'm not going to take questions yet. I'm going to go ahead and teach it, and then we will do questions at the end, unless Mrs. Harrison can do that in the chat box.
You bet.
Okay, so let's do a quick, Evelyn, you guys ready? Let's check our bodies, because this is a thinker. Whole body listening. That means our ears are listening, our brain is thinking about what is being said, our eyes are looking at Mrs. Alvin and the screen. Your mouth is quiet, hands and feet are down and still. That is the best way to learn when you have whole body listening. So I'm going to show you this video, and I want you to realize that you have access to this when we are done with the lesson. You can watch it again, because this could be tricky if you've never done Think Central. So I'm going to click on the video, and you're going to watch it. Hello, mathematicians. Today we'll go over learn how to get into Think Central. When you log into your Chromebook, you'll want to go to the Google Chrome icon at the bottom. Click on that. When the screen comes up, go to the upper left-hand corner where it says jeffcoschools.us bookmarks. Click on the drop-down menu, and then it'll take you to Think Central if you go down to the second choice. Click on Think Central. Normally, you'll see your name that you need to log into, so you'll have to click it. But once you've done that once, you'll see the Think Central site. You're going to want to go to Things to Do to find your assignments. You'll see a list of assignments. They're not always in order, so make sure you know what number your lesson is. Today, we're going to look at Lesson 4.9. It'll come to Resources, then click on the lesson again. It will then tell you some of the different icons and what they mean. For example, if you click on the right arrow, that takes you to the next question. The left arrow takes you to the previous question. There's a button for saving and closing if you haven't finished your activity and need to return to it. And there is a turn it in button for when you are finished. Also a question mark to help with answers. Then go down to the start button. Now on your first time doing Think Central, it may give you a warm-up. But in this case, we are going right to our lesson. It says Lesson 4.9. And it says homework. Please ignore that. It is your classwork. So as you read the problem, you'll see that you have a place for your answer. You will click on the box to enter your answer. Now, you'll need scratch paper as you're doing this, or your math workbook or something to write in. And once you have your answer, you can type it in. So if I were to say 833 and I check my work, it will tell me if my answer is wrong. Your answer is too small. Use a proof drawing to help you add. Okay, so I can X out of that, and it might be a little confused. So I can view an example. Wow, it gives me all kinds of examples on how I could solve this problem. If I'm still not sure, I can look at a step-by-step. It'll tell me step 1, there's 7 steps. Then I can go to step 2, and keep clicking as I go. My suggestion to you is that you definitely don't just guess, that you are solving this on paper, okay? So I think I have to try another. Once I think I get it, I can try another. So I would want to solve it on paper. I'm gonna write it out. Or maybe use a proof drawing, and then I'm going to enter it in the box. You're gonna click on it and then check my answer, and I got it right. So now I could go to the next problem, next question. You'll see at the top, it'll show you that I'm on number 2. You can use the arrow buttons to go forward to the next question or back to the previous, because I didn't answer that one. And then when you are finished, you will click on Turn It In, and your teacher will get to see your work. If you are running out of time and you need to go back to it, click on Save and Close, and you can return to it at another time. I hope you enjoy this new math tool. Okay. So let me get out of that. Is it full screen? The nice thing, that's pretty funny, about, how did I get back there? The nice thing about having the video is that you can pause it. If you're not sure about something, you can replay it. Whatever you need to do to get that information, because there's a lot of steps in it. I'm gonna do it again for you on a Chromebook, just to review it one more time, and hopefully that will help you. And then I'll show you where your assignment is, what it's gonna look like today. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of that. But remember, if you still have questions, go back to this video and then you can pause it and you can replay it. Okay, so let me get out of this. I'm gonna show you with my document camera on a real Chromebook, the same thing we just did. I'm sorry, I don't have this perfect for you. Why is it not going? It's not tilting the way I want it to tilt. Oh. All right. Give me one, there we go. One more minute.
Thank you for being patient. Everybody's being nice and patient. Thank you.
You are. What am I doing wrong here? Okay. Is that okay, Mrs. Harrison?
I can see the right half of the screen, but it's not very clear. There's a glare, I think, from the light, maybe, or the window.
Okay. We had a pretty good last time. I don't know why I'm not getting it.
I think we pushed it back further.
Okay.
It was away from the, like at a different angle.
How about that?
Would
that work?
Am I supposed to be seeing something on the screen? Oh, there we go.
Not yet. I hadn't. Okay, so I'm going to log in with my birthday, just like you guys would. And then what I want to show you is that instead of going to Google Classroom right away, once you've gone to Google Classroom and you know what your assignment is, because I showed you the video there, you will get out of Google Classroom like I did, and you're going to come to the top of your computer where you're on Google here. You did go to the Chrome setting, and you'll see under jeffcoschools.us bookmarks a drop-down menu. So I'm going to repeat that again. You're going to get to Think Central, not by a link on your Google Classroom, but by your bookmarks. It's already bookmarked on every single person's Chromebook. So I'm pointing to where it is. It's in the upper left-hand corner. It says jeffcoschools.us.bookmarks. So I'm out of Google Classroom and I'm on just my regular internet page, my Google page. I click on that and then I will see, mine happens to be the second one down, Think Central, and it has like a yellow circle. I click on Think Central, and then I come to my things to do list. Once you get to your things to do, that's where you're going to spend your time. That's where your assignments are, on things to do. So you'll click on things to do. You should only have one assignment in there unless there's something I missed. Right? Is that right, Mrs. Harrison? Just
Yes.
practice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so under resources, it says practice. It is a link. So you'll see it says in progress. I'm going to click on practice. It'll let me click on it. It'll open up to how to use the personal math trainer. It's just explaining the different tools, like the arrow key has you go to the next question. Back, you would go to the previous question. If you click save and close, that's if you don't have time to finish and you need to go back to it. It will save your work, so don't panic. If you only get to 2 problems and you have something else to do, you can go back to it. Then when you finally finish all the problems, you're gonna turn it in. And then Mrs. Harrison and I can see how you did. All right, there is also a question mark to help you if you have questions. You can click on that. Then it says to go to activity. So I'm gonna click on go to activity. And it's taking me, I wonder if this is a warm-up. Looks a little bit like a warm-up to me. It has my first question, and if you want to hear the directions, say reading is a little tough for you, you're going to click on that speaker, and it will read it to you. So if that's something, a tool you would like, be sure to use that.
71 and count on the next 3 numbers.
So it wants me to start at 71. I look at 71. No, find it on here. And then start at 71. That's interesting. It's not even, here we go, 71. And I count on the next 3 numbers, 72, 73, 74. Then you select your answer. Oh, and it disappeared on me. So let me go back. Sorry about that. These are finicky, these Chromebooks. And you'll have to use, so finicky. Sorry guys, I don't know why it's doing that. This is good for me to see, because then if you get frustrated, I know why. I can have empathy because it's not showing the whole thing. So I'm trying to go back. Every time I click, it goes back.
I think you're scrolling on the main page instead of the other one. So try moving your
nowhere to do it. Let me check that. So I have nowhere to scroll.
try just using your 2 fingers.
There we go. Okay, now it's letting me. All right, so then I said my next 3 numbers were 71, 72, 73, then 74, which happens to be B. So I'm going to click on B. You noticed in the video, you can check your answer. I kind of like that, so I know if my thinking is right. So I'm going to click that. Yay, I did it. So then you can click on the next one. And here I go again. Shoot. The scroll bar just doesn't want to come up. So down here, yikes, there it is. Okay, it's letting me. It'll say next to get to the next question. And then it'll tell me I'm on number 2. It says count the counters. How many counters are there shown? That's pretty easy. 3. I think this is a warm-up. Don't you, Mrs.?
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is like a little warm-up for me. It tells me up here, I see there's 3. This is on the 3rd question. And I'm just going to keep answering these. It's probably like a little placement warm-up, but then you'll get to the actual practice assignment. Okay, so once you're done here, if you're stuck, Here's the view example, the step-by-step. Don't worry about textbook, and we're definitely not printing. So those two you don't need to worry about. Here's the turn it in button. I wouldn't turn it in because I'm not finished. So I would click on save and close. And then I can go back to it because look, it says in progress. So I can go back to it, and when I'm finished, then I need to turn it in. If you don't turn it in, we'll be marking it missing. So make sure you do turn it in. Again, you will access Think Central from your Jeffco US bookmarks, not from your Google Classroom. There's not a link for it. You have to actually go to your bookmarks. So you'll have to get out of Google Classroom after you watch the video and then click on it to find your practice. Make sure you have scratch paper and pencil, so if you need it to solve any of the problems, you can do that. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. And now if you have any questions about what you're gonna do today, raise your hand so I can answer them, or write them in the chat box. I know Logan Peters had his hand up, I saw earlier. Do you have a question, Logan? Okay, I don't hear Logan. So Jensen, are you stretching or is that a question?
I'm just stretching.
Okay.